Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'll get this figured out. How's it going, Van Morta? I am hopefully on the tail end of my 24-hour yearly cold that I got yesterday. Right around this time, started going downhill. Look how cute this thing is, you guys. This be a map that I did not make, but I am going to be tweaking it. So if you saw my garage stuff from a while ago, I know, like last month I had a 3D print of a Zelda map and I was tinkering around with it. So in this case, the creator of that map, his name is Jeff, and his company is, oh boy, 3D Retro Design, or Design Retro 3D, or Retro Design 3D. It's some combination of those letters. Hopefully he'll be joining us today. You played this game so hard? Yeah, a lot of people did. I think it's my brother's favorite game. I was the generation right before that, so my childhood game was the original Legend of Zelda. But yeah, this is definitely the favorite in the hearts of many. So he created this map in Minecraft, and I guess there's some cool exporter that you can output it to, and he's been printing them and then hand painting them. And so he came to me and asked if I would be interested in applying better textures to it so he could 3D print in color. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be experimenting with today, is how to do that. I've got the original map. Where is it at? Here. And so this is really just kind of a preliminary test to see, can I do what he would like to have done? Hi, Aletha. Hello, Aletha. This is me, Josh. I know how to talk. A preliminary test to determine if I can do what he's hoping I can do, and what kind of style we want to get out of this, because there's a couple directions you could take it. You could take it very literally, where it's like all these little textures are reproduced exactly. You could take it kind of abstractly, which is doing it in Minecraft. Obviously, he's abstracted it a bit, quite a bit. And then there's a way to kind of do a stylized version that's like something I want to try doing, is like a diorama. Yeah, my brain is still rebooting. I got a good night's sleep. Well, tossed and turned a lot, but I slept for many hours in total, I believe. I gotta figure out what this black box is at the center of this print and figure out how to get rid of it. Because it's not... I was hoping it would automatically be broken apart if I did polygroups. Let's see if this works. Where's polygroups? Here you are. Auto group, but it looks like it just auto groups everything together into one group. So that does not help me at all. Oh, who did it? Oh no, okay. Here we go. Okay, so here is said black box. How can I isolate that. Looks like it broke up the polygroups by, I don't know by what. That's weird. Oh boy, look at that. Okay, so if I click just that drag, okay, so I get that, and then if I do that, that goes away. Drag, and this, yes, there we go. It's quite a puzzle box to solve. Okay, let's, in the subtool, I can split it, right? Split, hit, boom. Okay. Black box destroyed. Okay. Okay. So, how organic do we make this? I'm going to do a test. Probably I will test 3 different areas. Where's my map? Where's my map? So there are corners you can see that are in here that are not reflected in the Minecraft model. So that's something I could do, like, I can literally, we can take perspective off. Okay. So you could do this kind of thing, right? And actually, if I turn off back faces, let's see, where is auto masking? There we go. Back face. Yeah. Oh, it's still grabbing that wall. I thought it wouldn't if it was like facing straight down. If I do this, what happens? Yeah, I still get a little bit of it. Weird. Hold on, I need to attend to the music real quick. I think we're going into a 10-minute obnoxious thing. Let's go to something nice. Nice for once in my life. Bubbly water, because that's what we're working on right now. So right now I have the mesh density super duper pooper low, just because I'm trying to find the most kind of economic way to approach this from the beginning. Well, come to think of it, I wonder if using Q mesh would be a good idea on this. Look at the... Oh, why are there not lower subdivisions? That's weird. Usually it'll save the subdivisions. You should be able to slide this back and forth. Well, regardless, if I use a QMesh brush, or sorry, Z modeler, then I should be able to do some wacky things, like, let's see, pull out face. Oh, that didn't work. So that's a move. Bridge. Let me bridge these things. Nope. Huh. But one thing's for sure, it wrecks the texture when I do that. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys, let me try it myself real quick. Exclamation point hearts. Does that do anything? So, I have this thing going on. As far as I know, I set it up right. Come on, move. Okay, so let's look at this. You guys are getting hearts. Van Morta is winning with 1,202 hearts. He's obviously the lovey-doveyest of everyone. So, I have a track. Basically, I give a heart every minute. But you guys are supposed to be able to look at your hearts at any time by clicking on a little thing. So, if I go to this, it says you guys should have this little thing. A stream menu. Hides when not used. Does that mean you guys can't see it? Like, how do you find it? I do not know these things, and I cannot find it for the life of me. So anyway, if you guys figure it out, that'd be cool. Do you have to be a subscriber to get hearts? No, everyone who watches at all gets hearts. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, that list is too big to be my subscribers. Yeah, I can't. I've tried everything I know how to try to make it work. Like, I've followed, give me hearts. I followed 3 different tutorials on YouTube, and none of them were like, here's how to actually make it show. They're just talking about all its features as though it just exists. And I did all the things they showed to do, and it does. It's one of those things where if my brain worked slightly differently, it would be just fine. Okay, so for the very most abstract version of this map, he was saying he would like in Minecraft you can't blur your textures at all, but if I just divide it, I believe. Did that not? What did I do? I did something yesterday that blurred it just fine. Yeah, why when I divide it is it not keeping the other? Okay, what happens if I reconstruct subdivisions? I'm not even sure what that means. Unable to reconstruct lower subdivisions. Okay. Okay, what was the thing that I did that made those blur? It was something really obvious. So, Van Morta, you got hearts by hosting me last time. I think I had it set to some ridiculous number. I think it was 1,000 hearts. That's why you're way in the lead. I think I turned that down to 100 now. But I wish there was a way to tune it so that it depended on the number of viewers that you had. Boy, this is bothering me. It was such an obvious thing that I did yesterday. And so, I'm just gonna blame it on having a cold. So, let's just say, okay, so I can do this, right? I can muck with it. I can blur it, or smooth it, okay? Now, if I hold shift, it should be blurring the RGB channel. That's what it was. Okay, figured it out. So, right now it's literally a texture on there, if I can change it to poly paint. So what poly paint is, it takes the nearest color to a vertice. Every one of these is a vertice. See where my little cursor is snapping? The intersection of all these polygons is a vertice. So it grabs that nearest color and it says this is the color of the vert. So if I take poly paint from the texture, MRGB draw mode is off. Please adjust the draw mode. What? Okay. Is this what I have to do? Okay. Poly paint perfect. Boom. Okay, so that definitely blurs it. And then if I want to paint, I believe I can. What is the color picker? I haven't done poly painting in so long. Let's see. Texture. Not it. Color? Drag it. Yeah, okay, so I can do that. That is not the fastest way to do things, but I can do it. And then if I take off add and put it on RGB, yeah, it's image color. Okay, great. So that gives some blending. Great. More important to me, I want to figure out a good way to make the edges on that river more organic. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start with the most, or like the way I would love my vision for it. So I'm gonna save it as a separate thing. I'm gonna call it diorama. And I'm going to dynamize the crap out of it. And it won't let me. Why is it not letting me? Dynamax. Mask must be cleared. Oh, there's a mask. Okay. So this automatically did some smoothing to it. It made it all a bit more organic-y. Aurora W is following. Now I need to figure out, is that Aurora on YouTube or here on Twitch? Because I need to know if saying thank you is even worthwhile. I was on Twitch. Hello, Aurora W. Welcome, welcome. That is the best I can do with a cold right now. Okay, where was I? I wanted to make this organic. Okay, so it's still lower res than I would like for this process. res does it need to go? Right now it's 1.9, so it's 2 million polys. Let's try. Let's try 6 million polys. So one thing that would be cool to do. Yeah. There's a couple different approaches. I'll try the easiest approach first. I'm just gonna throw a rock texture on here. Okay, so I have this doing color only. That's not what I want. I want to do color and... Okay, right. So now we get some easy rock texture that way. Let's see, where am I? Where am I in the world? I am over here. Let's go by the castle because that's an easy landmark. Okay, so it's kind of this brownish color. I think Zbrush has a way to actually sample outside of Zbrush, but I can't remember. So it's a little darker than this. I'm gonna darker brown, a little more saturated. Interesting. So it's adding the color. You know what? I'm gonna just go crazy with it. Let's bump the resolution even more. I think my computer can handle it. All right. The stream may lock up for a moment. We shall see. Oh. He did not like that. Let's see how many hearts Aletha has. Aletha, you have 342 hearts. Congrats. Let's see if I can... I'm going to see if I can add points to your manually. Okay. Edit. Adjust. Okay. I'm going to give you 500 hearts. Let's see what happens. Save adjustment. Since you've been a special guest, I think for guest starring, actually you should really get 1,000 hearts for guest starring. I'm going to give you another 500. Now you have 1,364 hearts. And apparently you just have to take my word for it. And Zbrush is just not happy about Dynamation right now. Fine. It's fine. I mean, this thing is going to be printed out like so small that any detail higher than what it's at now is kind of wasted. It's just prettier to look at while I'm working on it. So I was hoping. Okay, so to do a bend like this, just oh, actually, this is interesting. I could just paint and sculpt at the same time. Look at El Mapo again. Okay, so in this area there's this little up and down thing going on, which is not reflected here, but I could probably do it like so. Oh, I should, so I can mask off areas that I don't want moved. Let's see, Leon subscribed over on the YouTubes. If you see this later, Leon, thank you. Thank you for subscribing on the YouTubes. Wrong button. Okay, so if I want to move that up. Oh, no, better idea. Okay, get rid of this. Let's see. If I just mask off. Nope. Okay. Then I could do a side view. Can I do what the? Wait. Oh my god, this is rotated wrong. Oh, that's really bad. Okay. Okay. That's really bad. Let's see if I can rotate it. Does it go 5 degrees? Is that what it needs? Why is it not rotating? Oh, because I had it. Okay, I probably rotated one piece of it. That's no good. Okay. Select it all. Here. Nope. Interesting. Dottie B, welcome, welcome. You have a live streaming program for the cats playing. There's a squirrel outside. Wow. Yeah, you should stream that. I'll bet people would watch it. Huh. So I don't know if this... I doubt this is a problem on... Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Start a new thing. I'm going to import an OBJ. I just got myself 10 hearts by clicking on a thing, so Hold on a minute. Visible, invisible. I have it set to visible. View details. That doesn't help at all. Live emotes. I don't know what that is. I don't care what that is. I want my Streamlabs loyalty point system to work. Is that too much to ask? Yes, yes it is. Wow, I hate being stupid, you guys. It's so annoying. Just gave myself another 10 points. Yeah, a lion head should be appearing literally every minute, and if you click on it, you should get 10 hearts. What was I doing? I was importing this. Here we go. Imported mesh has unused vertices. Would you like to remove unused vertices? No, let's keep it. Okay. It's botched mesh. However, if I import this one, it's fine. I ran it through Blender. I just opened the OBJ in Blender, saved it as an OBJ in Blender, and I'm able to open that one. So, whatevs. Okay, and you should be able to see make polymesh 3D, is it? Let's make this a polymesh 3D. I wonder if that's why it wasn't saving my thingies. So if I divide now, yeah, see, look, now I can go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, did however ruin the mesh somehow. Okay, but there it is, nice and crisp. Okay, and then I can add the texture to it by going to texture, click on here, oh, import, grab this guy, boom, texture, map, there we go, select it from here, it's gonna be backwards. Now I have to go back to that texture. Gotta love Zbrush. It's so amazing. Flip the V. No. Flip the H. No. Flipping the V is right. It's just not updating in real time. Why is that? Try this again. There we go. Okay. We got our textures back. Okay. Now I'm going to figure out how to get rid of this box. Oh wait, I've got to break it into polygroups. You guys are learning so much about the bowels of Zbrush right now. Auto groups. Okay, now select you. Out of here. You. Nope, that's not the right order. Okay, you. Oh! I did it, I did it. Subtool. Split hidden. Boom. Delete. Boom. Okay, yay. Now we have our clean, beautiful, textured mesh. I'm going to save this. Use that. Yes, I want to replace it. Okay. 76 2018. Welcome. How's it going today, Linda? Personally, I'm feeling a little snotty. Not last night, but the night before. I rolled over and I was face down in my bed, and I had the sheet stuck under me and I was pulling it. and I felt something kind of like pop in my sinuses, and then suddenly I just felt this like gush of liquid just starting to pour. It was like, oh no. And then all through yesterday, I just got worse and worse and worse. And usually my sicknesses last about 24 hours. So this one's going, maybe it's going to be a day and a half instead of a day. It's fine. It's all fine. What was I doing? Okay, so I was going to figure out how to do the sculpting on this the way I want it done. If I apply the texture now to poly paint, let's see, where's my poly paint? There's 2 maniac gems down here. Okay, poly paint from texture, and it's going to tell me, no, it did it, okay. Yeah, that is probably too blurry and ugly. Let's not do that quite yet. Let's instead go to geometry and take off the smooth, divide it. Double check that it's actually dividing the way I think it should be. Why is polyframe not showing? Retro Design 3D. Hey, welcome, Jeff. Yeah, this is the guy I was telling you guys about who actually created this asset that I'm mucking around with. Actually, you know what? You picked a great time because I've just been spending the last 40 minutes just doing stupid things. So I'm right at the point where I'm just about to start doing smart things. So congratulations on not wasting your time. Wait, so divide it a couple times. Let's see, we're at 2.6 million. Divide it again, 10 million. Okay. Still don't know why I can't get polyframe to show up. But at this point, I don't care that much. Yeah, so I can get plenty of resolution on the sculpt now. Hey, while you're here, Retro, you can answer some questions for me. So, looking at the map, specifically down here, next to the castle, there's this. Well, the rivers in general are more organic than you have them on this guy. Would you like me to push it more towards the actual map than what you have here? Or is this one of those things where it gets printed so small it doesn't matter? Because I know you do several different sizes of these things, and I'm guessing this is one of the very smallest. By the way, Jeff, post a link to your store. I'll make sure to put one in the description of my video once this goes onto YouTube. Okay, so I had this thing here. You're tabbed out posting the stream link on the Facebook page. Okay, great. Yeah, post it here too, and I will post it in the description of the video once it's on YouTube. Okay, so this. For some reason it's not doing the color. Oh, because I have not applied this to. So let's apply these colors to polypaint. Now that it's higher res, it will capture a lot more of that. Yep. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, so the question I had was the organic edges of the water that's got these 45-degree angles. Would you like me to cut those in, or is this so small that it doesn't matter for this particular version of the map. Still in the process of experimenting with what's a good kind of quick way to get the look that we want. That's interesting. The negative is also doing a negative color, which I do not want. If I go here, there's got to be a way to copy the two colors across. Let's see. Retro Design 3D says, for this version it will not matter as much. If we do the epic size version, we can perhaps do small geometric edits that you think would improve it. Okay, cool. Yeah, right now I think just figuring out a general pipeline and style guide is what we're trying to accomplish today. It's obviously pretty fast to just go in and like make it a little closer to what's in the game. That's pretty darn fast right here. And then give it a little bit of a rockier, you know, like. What is the literal size you're going to be printing this particular map out at? Is it like 2 inches across, or bigger, smaller? You do so many sizes. Also, forgive me if I'm a little congested and underwhelming right now. I'm getting over a cold, hopefully. Client can decide anywhere from 4 inches across to 8. Oh wow. So if this was 8 inches. Yeah, I think having those corners in there would be better for an 8-inch print for sure. Right now I'm just kind of in play mode. I'm not particularly worried about how I will accomplish the final look. Like, basically, I figure out a look that everyone likes, and then I figure out the fastest way to do it. Right now I'm doing a very slow way to do it, because I'm just kind of playing with brushes and ideas. Oh wait, why are we at 2.6 million? I think it's not what we're supposed to be at. Is it? I'll try dividing yet again. Go ahead and add a smooth to it this time. Okay. Now we're at 10 million. That's more comfortable. Each tile can be anywhere from 1.0 millimeters to 2 millimeters in size. Okay. As in, these little blocks right here could be 1 to 2 millimeters. Oh man, it did not like smoothing on those. Okay, better undo. Get that smoothed off. Yeah, man, Lord, I managed to fix the links. Now, if only I can get my little game to work for anyone except myself. Works great for me. How do I make that visible to everyone? Ah, it's driving me nuts. I don't even know who to ask. I just need to browse YouTubers or, what is it I'm doing? Twitch streamers, that's the word. Just need to browse Twitch streamers till I find someone using that system, and then, you know, hope they actually answer me and ask them. Like, I don't know, maybe Streamlabs actually has customer service and I can actually just ask them. But I'm always doubtful of that. Okay, some green, see what happens. Oh. I'll find a grass texture. Something like this works. It's one of those things where, like, you probably need to see it actually printed before you know if it's a good texture or not. Oh, I don't have. No, I have color on. Why is it not? Why is it not coloring here? Oh, I guess it is, just very slowly. I feel like, you know, if it gets some of this little roughness in the grassy area, that'd be pretty cool. Now the water, I'm assuming, Jeff, that the water you're gonna do the clear coat over. Jace might be able to hop on and help me with the chat thing. Maybe. You know, if you want to hit him up and say, hey, Josh could use your help, I would not be beneath that kind of help. And the grass pretty much goes right up to the edge. What I need is another standard brush here. I have two standard brushes doing two different things. I've never actually tried that. Oh, I don't know. There it is. Nope. Goes to that one. That's obnoxious. What's another way to do what I want to do? I do play build up. Grab the color I want. Just smooth. Not gonna do it. Oh, unless no, smooth has RGB, but it is not applying color. It is only blending color. No, no, you will not. Retro Design 3D says yes, so will apply. Real water effects product is completely transparent, so any depth effects you add with color will show. Awesome. So that's self-leveling, right? So like if we wanted to make the water, okay, so here's just a random idea. If dark blue and put like a trough into the water. And then like darkened it. But yeah, if I did a little bit of a trough and made it darker in the bottom, I'd probably do more than that, but that would probably end up looking pretty cool. There's also an effect that might be pretty good for all of this. So if you do let's see, you could do masking, and then do AO, mask by AO. I'm not sure how that's different than masking by cavity, but it is a bit. Wow. I guess it's running an ambient occlusion pass, so it's going to take a little bit. But when it does that, I believe I can darken the cavities to just kind of punch up the details, which would kind of do like what it's kind of similar to what you would do with a wash in physical. You know, you put on the dark paint, let it seep into the crevices, and then you wipe off everything that's on the highlights. But yeah, I mean, ideally what this is doing is saving you the time of all that kind of hand painting stuff. Boy, apparently this was a big ask. Sorry, Zbrush. Sorry to ask so much of you. While it's doing that, I'm going to press this button over and over again and see if I can make this visible. Streamlabs, all-in-one tool. Your viewers earn loyalty points, request songs, vote in polls, enter giveaways, and play minigames. Yes, I agree with all of that. Visible, there's a checkbox. Report extension. Let's see, tell us why there has been a violation of the terms of service. No, that's not what I want to do. Full Elvin, hello! Welcome. Yes. Have you ever tried the Streamlabs overlay, the loyalty points system? Because I set it all up. I have intricate. Sorry, I have a cold. I have detailed everything out, but it only shows up for me. And let me show you here what I'm seeing. So I get this little thing when I hover over, right? This little icon, I can click on it, and it's Streamlabs all in one tool, blah de blah. Here's the visible clicker. I click it, that's invisible, that's visible, right? And so I will see my little game, like I have my little lion head logo pop up, and I tap it, and I get points, but no one else sees that. Oh, see, here's a perfect example. There's my little lion head. I click it, boom, 10 hearts, yay. Yeah, so do you have any idea why no one else can see this or figure out how many hearts they have? I'm calling my points hearts for the record. Okay, is Zbrush done having a cow? I think so. So in theory, the Indian inclusion is masked. So let me build up. Oh, okay, yeah. I turned the add off. I only have color on. Let's go to black. Refresh really big. Okay, this is not masking anything. Full Elven uses Streamlabs chat box. I haven't messed with just the default extension thing they have. Okay. Alright. So, my understanding, what they're touting about why it's so great is they say, hey, we're so great because we don't have, it doesn't spam the chat at all. Loyalty points now without chat spam, and you can set it up, name it what you want, earns, blah blah blah. It shows all the little games that people can play, it shows how polls and giveaways work, it shows how music picking works, it shows people saying how great it is. Nowhere does it show you how to actually make it go. Like, when it says start here, I'm like, oh great, I'll click that link. It just takes you to the thing. I've already installed it. I go to configure. It's got all these options and stuff, but nowhere in here is there a make a go button that I can see. Anyway, yeah, if it's not something you've used, thanks for trying anyway. Okay, back to the business. Okay, so masking by AO didn't work. Let's mask by cavity instead. Do it. No. Do it. Do the thing I asked. No. Huh. Oh. I think it is working. Mask by cavity. Okay, so I need to invert the mask. Okay, so it has the mask. Invert the mask. Let's switch to a dark color. This works on organic sculptures super well. Maybe it's just the nature of being Okay, there's definitely a change there. You can see it masked in there, right? Yeah, okay. So I need to invert that mask. That's my problem. I was dragging. I needed to tap. Well, Elvin says, odd, I can do all that from my program. That's literally the same sort of stuff Streamlabs chatbot that does, but it's a separate program I have to download and launch every time I stream. Yeah, so this new one is supposed to be all great and cool. So, hey, I just turned you on to this amazing new product you should try, and then when you try it and figure out how it works, let me know. That did not invert the selection. Come on, you guys. Wait. It did. Why is my painting ignoring the mask? Oh, maybe it's not masked hard enough. Interesting. Okay, so it's at the highlights showing. So not exactly what I'm going for. Although if I turn my RGB intensity down, then I can do just like a general thing where it'll darken everything except for the edges. Which is not the ideal. So let's look at the cavity profile. Maybe if I change that. Like so. That'll be the trick. Invert it. Yeah, take a look at it. That'd be cool. Have some good food. Thanks for stopping by. No, I just want to make it dark just in the cracks, you guys. Why is this giving me so much trouble? Maybe I want to do peaks and valleys. Let's try that one. I doubt it because I only want valleys. I don't want peaks. So if I invert that selection. PD range, PVC coverage. Yeah, tell me what a PVC is. There's some, is it alt? There we go. The PVC coverage slider will control the mask amount that will be applied to all peaks and valleys. But I want just the valleys, not the peaks. Well, the fall off distance. Okay. Well, if I can't separate them, that's not going to help me. Cavity profile alters cavity maps, unmasked to mask. The top is unmasked light color, bottom is fully masked dark color. So what happens if I do something drastic like this? Oh, wait. I left some paint behind. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. That's doing it sharper. Let's flip it. Yeah, it's supposed to be... This is so obnoxious. I apologize. This works really well on organic sculptures. Okay, let's get rid of all of it. Try it the other way. Convert that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so imagine, if you will, down here, and we just paint. Probably don't want it on the grass, but just doing it everywhere just for fun. Let's see the effect it gives us. Okay. Now, let's see if I smooth. I could take off smooth only the texture and not the, or only the color and not the geometry. I mean, I'm thinking even just leaving them rendered like that might be worth testing. It seems to me like probably what we would want to do is do a test piece that has several of these different effects on there and see how it ends up looking when it's color printed. Because I can make all sorts of educated guesses, but you know, seeing the thing for real is always a better way to go about it. Okay, another thing I thought would be fun to try. I have kind of a brick thing. Get to a bridge real quick. Retro Design says, Josh, is there a way to share a file / picture with you here? Or should I just message it over via Facebook Messenger? Pasting a link right in the here should be fine, or you can do it Facebook too. Doesn't matter. Alright, where are we going? Go to no. Go to art, resources. Brush. Alpha. Yeah, okay. So we've got some variety of stone textures. Alright, scale reference. Most popular sizes. Here's 6.5 and 4.5. These clearly aren't completed yet. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's really helpful. To see how much detail actually gets shown. Although that's not from your color printer, is it? That's your higher res printer. those are plastic FLM. Color printer would have 650 by 6 by 550 DPI detail resolution in the color inkjets. 650 dots per inch. Okay. I think that's higher than the one Shapeways makes with their color sandstone. Of course, that was probably 2 or 3 years ago that I did it, so I'm sure printers are better now. So that's kind of a wonky way to do that. That's because the alpha is bright in the middle and fades off. Not ideal. If I was gonna go about doing this way, I'd probably make my own alphas. Although, I swear it was like, oh yeah, let's look at this one. We did something like that. Maybe her polish is not what I want. It's not looking great. The physical size will be the same. Yeah. But the actual like layers per inch or whatever, like how high the print resolution is, not the color print, but just the physical stuff, isn't that quite a bit less for the sandstone type ones? That has some promise. Look at some of these. Those colors. There's a way to edit this. What is it? No, this pathway is very green for some reason. So I can do something like brown path texture. For some reason their front and back colors are the opposite of what I think they should be. But I can do paths pretty easily, like so. Oh. Grass goes right up to the edge. Out of curiosity, Jeff, how many polygons can this end up being? Let's see. Retro says, no, it's actually better. The layer height for ZPrinter 650 sandstone can be down to 0.1. Oh, okay. For the film plastic, it's always 0.2. Although plastic FLM can do 0.01. It's very slow at that height setting. Yeah. Oh, okay. Film plastic. I'm not. Yeah. FLM. Filament. Right? Is that what that means? It's a lot. It's a Minecraft export, so every tile is with polypurposable side. I will have to load it up into account to see. Polycount was never a concern for what I did with them. Filament. Right, because, so, Zbrush, you know, as I'm working on it now, this mesh has 10 million polygons. You're never going to get that out of a Zbrush print. But I can decimate the mesh afterwards. I just, want a target for how much I need to decimate it. Husky Mind. I'm assuming since it says subs, that was on. That it's on. That word. That means YouTube. Wow. Yes, YouTube. Yes, Husky Mind is over on YouTube. Okay. Let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, I could do a color spray.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Really? You don't know color spray? Amazing. Okay, so I don't even know why that thing is on. So useless. So if we do one green and one brown, in theory, the color spray should kind of randomize between the two. Well, I'm not seeing said randomization. RGB intensity is all the way. Oh. Because I don't have RGB on. Dummy dum dum. There we go. It's only doing brown. Okay. Switch color. Okay. Still only doing brown. Switch color. There we go. Must have accidentally hit it twice. Two poly per visible side. Hi, Mom. Yes, this is really technical. Technical schmectical. The thing of which I am worst at. Let's see. My app says it was 40,000 poly, but 80,000 triangles. Yeah, generally. Not sure why there's a difference in those two things. Perhaps there are orphan triangles. No, because a polygon is usually a square, is the way it'll break it down, but a square is formed by two tries. Triangles. Okay. So, what happened to my music? Let's look at a couple other thingies. So, oh yeah. So this path, for whatever dumb reason, is like a light green color. It's like a mint green. Come on. What? Let me grab you. Why can I not grab you? There we go. Okay. And then that's like a whitish color. So, if I were to say, be this dumb green color. And then only paint. Okay, now we have our spearmint green path. You do not have to use mint green. I have always hand painted that with gray because the mint in my hand painted work just did not match. I leave it to you on this work to decide what works well together. I guess so. My thing is just like I want things to be exactly like the game, or as close to the game as possible. So that's where I tend to fall on that. But yeah, I mean, once it's all together and we look at it, yeah, I'm also open to us saying, oh, you know, that's really not that great. Had some kind of okay, so it's got kind of a path like sidewalks, and then it's indented in the middle. Something along those lines. Okay. Now, let's look at a couple other elements. So these are like rocky, these weird beehive rocky forms over here. And that's pretty darn easy to just make them kind of nice organic forms. And they're gonna end up looking like piles of poop, which I guess they look like in the game, don't they? Lee Rose Foreman says, I always slow down when I'm coming to a weeping and wailing scene and people dying, etc. I wrote the chapter that the rest of the book is being written to reach, so I feel good about that. I'm still a little fuzzy on the in-between parts, but Josh will provide guidance and brainstorming when we get there. Feel good. There a way to edit? Oh, is there a way to edit your comments? I don't think so. You get to live in the ignominy of typos forever. Yeah, these little rocky forms are really dumb. I'm confident I can find a way to make them not. Certainly making them faceted will help take them away from the dog poop look. You're using this reference, largest in-game map I have found. Mike's RPG Center. Mike's RPG Center. Yep, that's the one. So Jeff, how long did it take you to build this particular map in Minecraft, out of curiosity? I started trying to make a big epic thing in Minecraft once, and it was probably like 3 or 4 hours in. I was like, I'd rather be sculpting this in real life. Although it's cool now, you can like print them out. Yeah, that looks pretty good from this distance, I think. And so one thing I could do then is take this, 8 hours, and then revisions for weeks and weeks. I know them feels. Okay, so if I mask this bad boy out. Then I can subtool. I can why can I not split masked points? That should be my God-given right to split masked points. Why is it not letting me do that? Because of subdivision levels? Well, that's something I could tinker out with later. Basically, I can duplicate it and don't have to redo that work over and over. What's some other interesting elements we got in here? We've got a graveyard, I believe, back here. Oh. Okay. Little round grave things. This is the version I would like to tackle retexturing on next. Oh wow. That's pretty epic. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, have you seen this guy's work? Nope. Twitter. Pigmented. Look at that. He does these incredible wood carving cartridge things. So cool. He has hundreds of them. Just this huge series of them. Super cool. He also does Pokemon cards. And his these cartridges that he does, he actually makes them so they work. They can slide into a Nintendo. He, makes it so you put the little chip or whatever in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, you should check that guy out. resolution in there to actually draw anything on there. Okay, sure. Oh yeah. Get some resolution on there. That's cool. Alright. Retro, let me know if there's any names you want to put in the cemetery. Okay. Trees are another big one, obviously. We got this whole forest over here. This forest looks like, drum roll please. Nope, not that. Here we go. Okay, so it looks like a bunch of round green balls. And so you went in with some creative interpretation and kind of gave it some fun little mounds and stuff like that. So I think need an 80 or 100 watt and expensive laser for that work. Yep. Yeah, the fact that he made the carts functional, just that's that extra bit of brilliance. Names on stones. I don't think they would be legible in print, but on the larger versions of the map, that's a great idea. The Lost Woods is more of a translation of the mini-map version of Link to the Past, as opposed to the actual in-game map. It was too much to fit in the model. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's the Lost Woods. You shouldn't be able to see in there. Be not lost. It's ridiculous. Oh. Must have been cut or something. No? What's going on? Works there. Now it works there. Okay. Why is it not working in here? What is going on? It's like it's masked or something. It's really weird. Something to figure out later. All sorts of things that probably work well for me. Try this one first. Spray. I do have it set to color. Does it need to be color spray to work? That's weird. Looks like it's mixing brown in there. Should be. What if I do that? Still weird. Color spray must just like do random between, but it's not between the two colors I picked. That's what I don't understand. Okay, actually, let me try it at a higher intensity real quick.
Inside the tomb of confusion, I've spent a lifetime away from even dreams of illusion. By candlelight I witness decay of all the men who chosen their
have this. Trees have a very ringy thing going on. I'm just gonna see what happens if I reproduce that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, something along those lines. Let's do an individual tree to see how that treatment would work. Wait, actually, yeah. Little bullseye. Look at that. Oh, I don't want that on clay builder. Like this one that has little broken up lines better. Gives it an indication of these. Yeah, I think I'll definitely want to make a separate prop that is just a tree, that is a rock, a gravestone, like those things, and just duplicate that around. That'll go way faster. In fact, Jeff, what I probably ask from you is a version of the map with tell me how, if it would take forever, don't. But if it could be relatively fast to just like nuke the trees, the tombstones, the rocks, and let me just hand place those with the high-res assets to begin with. The original build reference was this. Holy cow. So that's the overworld or whatever, the map you get in the game. Yeah. I see, okay. The other thing we got is little village houses. Version without the individual items. Yeah, like if there was, I guess the Minecraft thing doesn't have layers, because I could just duplicate the same tree over and over and over again to get the look that's exactly like the map. As opposed to going in and hand sculpting, you know, this tree and then this tree and then this tree and then this tree. I can just duplicate, move, duplicate, move, duplicate, move. But yeah, I'm guessing there's not a easy way for you to do that. And that's fine. I'll figure out a way around it. I think if nothing else, what I could do is just like a super smooth and then I could just like move a tree over that and then I'll merge them all together into one mesh afterwards. Okay. I'll see. I mean, the houses look like they're pretty much the same thing too, more or less. So yeah, it would be easier to just detail one of them and then duplicate it around. These houses do not like to be smoothed. Interesting. That could be problematic. Yeah, what did you do different with these houses than the trees? Because their verts are not welded like the trees are. See, when I smooth the trees, it all goes together as one mesh, but when I do it on the houses, it breaks apart and we're seeing through the mesh. And that is not going to print well, if at all. Well, what I'll do is I'll give you a ton of errors, and then I don't even know how you would clean that up. Let me do a test here real quick. I'm going to save this. Okay, then I'm going to save it as Dynamesh. Okay. what happens if I Dynamesh this sucker? Alright, prepare yourself. The stream may get laggy. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, let's try it. Dynamesh is closing holes. Okay. That is something Dynamesh does. Retro, as far as ruining the work I've already done, this is totally just a test thing. This is just me experimenting to be like, what happens if I do this? What happens? So none of the, like, I would apply whatever I figure out from here to a final piece. This would definitely not be a final piece. Okay, yeah, so Dynameshing fixes that problem. That's good to know. I still can't see polyframe. I'm guessing if there's poly paint, you can't see polyframe. I hardly ever use poly paint, so that's probably what's throwing me off. Okay, so this is less detailed. Let's see if I can. And oh, because it's only 3.8 million. So what happens if I go all the way up to 1888? You'll have to re-export. Ready in fiber. Wait, is that easy? Do you actually have them on different layers, the trees and stuff? Ah, did not like Dynameshing that. Huh. Okay. Is there a threshold at which it finds Dynameshing acceptable? The higher I go, the more it freaks out. That's interesting. What did I do originally? About 1,000? Okay, so you have selection sets. Awesome. That is great. Okay, so now I'm at 4.6 million. It doesn't look like it's freaked out. And can I get my grass a little nicer? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so ideally, I'd say for your export, if I don't know if you can do it, but keeping the stumps, like just the little nubbins of where the trees go, would make it faster, so I don't have to keep looking at the map. If not, it's not that big a deal, but that would be the idealist, most fastest way of all. So like if the tombstone just had like one little block where each tombstone goes, and these rocks would have one little rock nubbin. Okay. Well, I think I have answered a lot of questions, and the next set of questions I want to answer will be a little more in-depth than me just like sitting and thinking quietly and looking up stuff. So I think this has been a pretty good start to the process, and it answered probably 80% of the questions that I had. Tombstones are one block. Oh, okay. Yeah, colored block on the ground. That would actually, yeah. Actually, that'd be better than a block anyway. Perfect. Let's see. Remove witch's hut, houses, bushes, individual trees, mounds. So anything, I would say, here's a good rule of thumb. Anything that has more than 3 of it, so like these arches here, there's 2 of them. Just leave that. I'll just sculpt those individually. This is the witch's hut up here, right? If this is the witch's hut, just leave it because it's kind of a one-off thing. This is a one-off thing, but yeah, just remove all these houses because they're pretty much the same model with just slightly different colored roofs, and that's easy to just paint those differently. This is fine, you know, leave that. But yeah, bushes and trees, the walls of trees, like this section, the forest, just leave all that. It's just the ones that are hanging out individually that will be the biggest time saver. I'm assuming Link's house is also the same house model as the village. Yeah, it is. So get rid of that too. I don't think you have these little pillars, but if you did have these pillars, get rid of those. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd say, give me that model, give me a couple days to make sure I'm over my cold, and I could actually, like, focus properly and think the correct thoughts that I need to think. And then I'll get back to you on, like, I think it'll take about this long to do the map. I still have some more experimenting to do before I can get a final answer on that, but overall, I think it's pretty doable right now. I think we're talking probably a couple hours of work on each map. It's probably, although I don't know, that super big detailed one. I'm not sure. We'll you know, I'll give you an estimate for this one. See how close I am to it, and then we can work from there. But yeah, this is exciting. This is a super fun project. I think it should be pretty fast and pretty fun. Yes, Alita. A couple hours for me means 20 hours. No, I mean, this is definitely one of those things where, like, I was kind of doing it on my own anyway, so, hey, might as well work with the original artist and get something we can both handle. Alright, Retro. Yeah, send me that updated file and we'll talk more. Thanks for stopping by. This is definitely expedited the process. And yeah, so I will see you guys on Wednesday, and it'll be a less sick stream, hopefully. Hopefully less sick. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.